Hey Shankar, how are you?
Am I audible or
Yes, yes.
perfect? How are you?
I'm great, great. How about you?
I'm super, doing well. The weather is lovely nowadays.
Oh, you are not at your user place, right?
Um, I'm at the same place. I shifted to a new room,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, you're right.
There's a more. Are you sure? Is it a room or a big hall?
It's actually a lab, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today
Okay,
you are
so
sharing the screen, right?
yes.
Great, great.
Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Maybe
Mm.
Aditya is going to join as well. And let's
Let
see.
me just share this
Mhm.
with
Sure.
and yeah, this one, no, not this one. This.
Hello, boys.
Hello, Aditya. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great too. Shankar is superb.
Mm.
Okay. So should we start or we are waiting for someone else as well?
I highly doubt that.
Me too. Okay. So let me quickly share my screen. Hmm, okay. Maybe I need to rejoin. Not sure because I haven't given my Mac the permissions to share the screen and now it's creating. Do let me know if it's working or not.
Yes, it's working.
Oh, it's working.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they have updated, I think, now.
I guess
There's another
Shreyas.
guy. Guys, there's another guy.
Hmm?
Shreyas is offline. Hello, Shreyas.
Hey, Shreyas, how are you?
How come
Good
you
evening.
joined the
I'm fine.
Telecom meeting?
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
long time.
yeah.
Yes.
I know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for. Yeah, I mean, it's a very different domain, so that's why. I mean, it's these are all open to everyone. We don't mind. Yeah, so you can join. By the way, guys, Shreyas, I know him from IIT Guwahati. I think he was doing his internship. I
Hmm.
told him about NgKore and I think he's more interested in the AI stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah, Shreyas,
Yes.
this is the telecom working group. So if this is not relevant, don't mind, okay? But you can still join the meeting. It's no worries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure, sure.
yeah. Thanks for joining. Welcome. All right. Yes,
Okay.
guys.
So yeah, welcome everyone to the NgKore Telecom working group meeting. And today is 2nd of June. We are doing this meeting after quite a long time. Maybe we skipped in the last 2 months,
Mm,
but yeah, because everyone was busy attending some conferences and yeah.
people are still
So
busy.
yeah, but anyway, we have to continue. So this basically this month we released the latest update is that we released some tutorial videos around a very interesting and new concept that Free 5GC recently added as a feature in the Release 17 upgrade, which is this new radio dual connectivity feature. And so I basically explored it, what it is, and what are the ways to deploy it on the system, if we can do it on simulation. And I was surprised to see like the guide was very smooth. They created a simulator specially for testing it in the simulation mode, which is named as FreeRAN UE. So it was more about the whole testing was done on the Free 5GC as a core and the FreeRAN UE as a RAN and UE simulator, as the name suggests. So they created it dedicatedly for testing the NRDC mode. And then I tested it in uh, two modes basically in NRDC. So for example, if we want to have a quick look on what exactly Free 5GC had, it's visible, right?
Yes.
Yes, Shankar.
Perfect. So perfect. So this is the Free 5GC homepage. If we go inside the user guide, and I was also looking on this Free 5G single host mode deployment. And now what I see was like they made the whole deployment way more easier. Like earlier, we have to do everything manually. For example, installing the MongoDB, all the components and the uh, dependencies or the prerequisites by ourselves. But now they made a single script, which they call it like the quick script.sh. And you simply need to just clone the free 5G repository and go inside it and simply replace your interface in this command, and it will do everything for you. So now it's very quick. You need not to install anything apart from this script. You will simply run the script and it will do all the things for you. For example, it will install Golang, then it will also install MongoDB, the GTP 5G kernel module, and Node.js for your web console, and basically
Mhm.
compiles all the binary executables for your network function. So earlier we used to do it in a manual way, but now they automated everything, which is very good. And after that, you can simply run the 5G core. So it was more on the core side. And if we go again to the documentation and maybe to the blogs part, yeah. So here they have released something called as NRDC support. Let me see if I can find it.
Control F. Command F.
Yeah. So yeah, here we have the documentation where they recently introduced this blog about NRDC, what actually it is and how does it work. So the basic concept of NRDC is like to improve the throughput and reliability of the whole 5G core network. You will be using 2G Node Bs, which is connected to the same core network and to the same UE. And then you will be manipulating the QoS as per your conditions, right? Or requirements. So you can read out this documentation, and even though you can watch those tutorial videos that I created, it's a really good concept. They also had a very nice research paper, I would say.
Mm.
This one, not this one.
So, Shankar, like, how does it work? So you have two Gnode Bs. So one Gnode B
Uh-huh.
would be serving one QoS and the other would be serving a different QoS, is it?
Uh, Yes, but actually it depends. So let me tell you the exact uh, kind of topology that they basically use. So in NRDC, the main concept is that the protocol basically enables that there will be one PDU session, right? And in
Mm-hmm.
that PDU session, there will be two GTPU tunnels in case of this NRDC mode. So
Mm-hmm.
there will be two this TEIDs, and these two GPU tunnels are specific to each G not B, right? So normally you have the in the GTPU tunnel you will create a single GTPU for one G not B, right? But if you have two G not B in the same um, PDU session, you'll be creating two GTPU tunnels, one for the master G not B and one for the second G not B. And here the master G not B plays an important role because I guess it is connected to the core. If I can show you the architecture as well, it will be much more easier to understand.
And is it like the two RANs are already connected, or like let's say if only one RAN is running, and can
Mhm.
any moment the other G node B can connect and create two TIDs? Uh, Correct? I mean this
Yeah, so this is what exactly these two types are for. Like, for example,
static
we
and
have
dynamic.
static
Okay.
mode and dynamic mode. So in the static mode, in the initial registration, when the, for example, when the PDU session resource session establishment request is sent, so it will basically create two TEIDs at the same time for both of the G node Bs, and then we'll update the far and core rules in the UPF as well. So the main implementation is done in the SMF. But when we talk about the dynamic NRDC mode, so then it will be based on when you want to create two TIDs. For example, in the initial stage, everything will be going through the master G node B. But at one moment, you felt like you need this QS particularly to some specific G node B in order to, let's say you don't want to compromise the reliability, or you want to improve the decrease the latency and improve the performance. So what you will do is you will route that specific QoS via the secondary G node B, and then it will create the second TEID and the second GTPU tunnel. So it's based on the it's based on what you want to achieve. So we have both modes. In static mode, it's by default both the TEIDs and GTPU tunnel, but in dynamic, it's dependent on like when you want to use it, and even you can shift it from if you're using two G node Bs, and if you feel like there is no need of the secondary G node B in the dynamic mode, you can also do that. You can turn off the NRDC support in the main web console of this free RAN UE, which they created. And then you can stop using the secondary G node B. So I'm not able to see the free RAN UE.
But
Let me share.
can
Yeah.
you explain like why would one PDU session, so one you're saying one PDU session will take can have multiple QoS,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and
You're right.
depending on which QoS that PDU session wants at the moment, it will choose the master G node B and the secondary G node B.
Y- We'll be setting, actually, we'll be defining those kind of, I will say, IP flows in the core network, basically via the web console. For example, we are telling the core network that whenever we want the traffic to go through particular, let's say, 8888 route, it should go through the
Mm-hmm.
master G node B. But let's say we added the IP rule saying that if the packet want to go through the 1111, then we need to use the secondary G node B. So we
Oh,
basically
I
define
see.
that. Yeah.
I see.
So it's specific to the
Uh,
QoS kind of.
And
nice.
basically,
And in
only one GDP channel will be active at a time or not? Or both?
yeah, in case of static, I would say both. But in case of dynamic, it depends. If you're using both, and otherwise only master G node will be playing the main role.
Yeah, well, if If you have packets coming from both the IPs, then yes, both the
Mhm.
IP, both the
Yes,
both the
right.
tunnel would be there.
Hmm. And obviously you can ping them at the same time because they are routed via different G0Ps. So can you see this free run UE web page?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is what they recently created. So it's kind of a simulator, what they say, for testing the NRDC mode. And for this, what they did is like they implemented the user space GTPU uh, a tunnel. Basically, it replaced the GTP 5G kernel module because with this, you are basically it's very easier to manipulate the packet via the two G0Bs rather than changing the GTP kernel module and doing all the things in the kernel. So they made it to for the simplicity, they made this specific thing to test the NRDC mode. So this is the main point of the free RAN UE. And here, if you go inside the design document, and if you go inside static NRDC, one moment, it should be in the user guide. Yeah. So here we have the detailed, for example, deployment guide, how you should do it. But I use the namespace guide because this requires multiple virtual machines or physical machines. In my case, I only used one. So if we look onto this diagram, basically, so here you can see we have the master G node B, and then here we have the secondary G node B, and both are connected to the 5G core and the UE specifically. So now based on the IP rule, which I can show you where we need to set the IP rule. We go in the dynamic. The web console you only need in case of dynamic because that is the only point from where you can enable the NRDC mode in the real time. So if you see this, uh, if you see the screenshot of this console page, here you can see we have the DC status on off symbol, right? So this is basically inside the master G0B. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this is basically inside the master G0B, and when you are working with the dynamic mode, this is basically turned off by default, right? So the packets are only going from UE to the master G0B and then to the core. Everything is going like that. And as soon as you enable this feature, your packets will be routed to the secondary G0B. Not all the packets, but the packets that you set up in your web console. It should be. Yeah. I'm not sure if they added the screenshot, but in my video you can see that to test the dual connectivity feature, they showed that there should be one flow rule. For example, this. So it should be per subscriber. You need to create a flow rule that which under which rule the desired G0B should be pinged when we are pinging from UE, right? So it's
Okay.
specific to the subscriber, I would say. I don't have the screenshot right now, but it's like the same configuration in the web console.
So is it like if I try to visualize this, if there's a mobile device and it's trying to ping 1.1.1,
Hmm.
then those radio signals would be sent to the G node secondary G node V, right?
Why are the secondary not be yes?
Okay.
So
But
you can
okay,
see
but
this
who
flow
who
rule
who
as
will
well.
who will who will tell like how can we direct the radio signals?
What do you mean?
Like not exactly radio signals, but let's say from your UE, it's a wireless thing, right? All the way to your G node V.
Mm-hmm.
So who will
Mm-hmm.
tell these wireless connections should be directed to one G node V and not to the other G node V?
Who will tell? Okay. So
I mean, yeah,
when
I
we
mean,
talk about
It's all about range, Adi. Like each of the G node B has a certain amount of range, or you say a hexagonal node to which it provides its access, you can say, or it provides its frequency, send its frequency. So based on your calculation, like it is calculated based on some calculations, your phone calculate which uh, G node B is nearest to you, and accordingly
no,
set.
but both the G node B
Mm,
are at the same place, right? It's just only about the IPs. If the IP is 8.8, you go through G node B1. If the IP is 1.1, you go through the G node B2. So I mean, yeah,
mhm.
frequency could be same. It's a matter of IP, right?
It's more about the SDF filter relation with what is basically configured in the UPF. If UPS knows where the packet should go for the data plane, it will route the packet
Yeah,
to
okay,
via
okay,
to
yes,
that
yes,
gene.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
yeah,
like the whole GTP tunnel radio pairer. So if you're if from your UPF side only, the tunnel for 8.8 is connected to your Gnode B2, then there is no way Gnode B1 is getting the packet,
yeah.
yes.
Right,
But
right,
this is
right.
but this is more like a downlink thing, right? For a uplink, it can go from any side.
For uplink, it happens when we do. Do you remember the PDU session resource setup request?
Uh-huh.
So when we do the PDU session resource setup request, there is one basic kind of protocol which we call the PDU session resource setup request transfer, right? So what it will do is when the request is coming, it will basically uh, it will basically ask from the G node B the information like the tunnel settings basically, and what it first of all it will send the TEID and rules, and then each G node, for example, when it is about the master G node B, it can configure the tunnel setting locally. For example, uh, it will encapsulate the uplink tunnel information, basically the element for the uplink tunnel information, and transfer the message. And in that message, it will forward the tunnel message of the secondary G node B as well, because they will talk to each other via the XN interface. So that single uplink tunnel message, which is forwarded to the basically to the SMF, it contains two tunnel information. So this is how they get to know, okay, we have two G node Bs, right? Otherwise, there is no chance like they know like we have two G node Bs. So when the master G node B will tell the SMF that there are two uh, tunnel information elements from both of the G node Bs, then SMF will parse both of them and will then modify the PCF rules like the SDF filters, which will it will get from the PCF, and then it will send it to the UPF. That okay, now if the packet need to go through, like if the request is coming via the 8888, you need to route the packet to the G node B1, and same for the G node B2 as well. So it is in case of static NRDC, for example, the PDU session resource setup request transfer. But if we talk about the dynamic NRDC, the this thing will change because now we are doing it on the real time, right? So in the earlier case, SMF initiated the basically request to the master G node B, right? In the PDU session resource setup. But in the dynamic mode, the master G node B will be initializing the PDU session resource modify request, right? And then it will send the same tunnel setting elements or tunnel information elements to the SMF, and then SMF will decrypt that and we'll see if it had two information elements from each of the G node B or only one. If it is two, then it will again modify the rules in the UPF and it will set the routes. And if you want to, let's say if there are already two rules for each of the G node B, and now we want to shift to only master G node B and turn off the NRDC mode, then it will again happen by initializing the PDU resource setup modify, PDU session request modification request, which will basically now this time master G node B will only send the tunnel information for the master G node B. not
Got
the
it.
second G node B. So yeah, this time it will modify the
Mhm.
packets again and route the packet from UPF to both of them.
But I think, yeah, there is still again true for downlink. Let's say for the first initial ping that goes to 1.1, this is
Hmm.
just for the connection between UE and RAN. In RAN, you don't set any IP that you have to serve for this IP, right? So maybe just for the initial connection for 1.1, it can go from any G node B. When the downlink thing is coming, then we know, okay, if the 111 is there, this is the specific tunnel and the DRB, right?
Mm, I would say it only goes even in the uplink. It should go through the
No,
specific G
uplink,
node
I
B.
think it should go uplink, but maybe for just first request. If there is one dedicated channel for downlink, then yeah, of course, you can follow the same channel for uplink. But for the initial request, very initial request.
But in the initial before the initial request, we are telling everything in the PDU session resource setup. So it is happening before the ping request, right? Because the PDU session resource setup is the uh, initial moment when you will set up the connection between the UE, G node B, and the core, right? So we are telling everything in that protocol basically. So it should not go via both of them, I think.
But forget about 5G core. We have also connected just UE and RAN a lot of times, and we can see the OEI logs of UE1, UE2, UE3, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think in that case, if there are two G node Bs, nobody is telling that you, hey, if you are if I'm just using UE, of course the whole session will not be created. But let's say then also if UE try to send something, this is just UE and RAN connection. Core is not involved there. So nobody is telling our UE or G node B to, hey, come from this G node B or receive from this G node B. At least start the connection from this G node B. UE is there, RAN is there. Then it will basically throw some radio signals on both of the RAN because the frequency is same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. And the request will come from the desired one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But this is nice. So, like for NRDC, did they also have to make any changes in their RAN simulator?
In the RAN, yes. Like I mean, I need not to do anything because in the free RAN UE, there are already the pre-configured config files. For example, this and this.
Okay.
So I need not to do. But in this file, yeah, it is. It's all about basically the AMF and UPF IP and what should be the XN interface on which both the G node Bs are running. And
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much it. And there is a setting to turn on the NRDC mode. So it's quick. It's very straightforward. I mean,
So I think this then in that case, this can also be used with the SDR if you have two SDRs, right?
this can be yes. Because I guess the main changes are done on the SMF side. What I read from the free 5GC paper.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically did like mainly the changes on the SMF side. I'm not sure about the RAN side, what they exactly did, because they made this simulator for specifically for testing the NRDC, so they must have done some changes on the RAN side as well. But I'm not sure. Like they mentioned they created the user plane GTPU, but apart from that, if we see the config files, they are pretty straightforward. I don't think we have much information in the config file, but in the code base, they can be. For
Okay, guys, I'll have
example,
to leave. I have another meeting. Sorry. I think there are some
mhm,
chances that that meeting will be cancelled. If it is cancelled, I'll join you guys again. Okay.
sure.
It's just like a OWASP Cyclone DX meeting that I have to attend this time. Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks. Thanks. See you guys.
no worries. So this is like the config file that they are using, and in this you will find only the up to the point details, for example, the AMF and the UPF IPs, the RAN IPs, and that's it. I mean, the G0B basic information and the slicing information. And then we have this static NRDC parameter to set it to true or false. If you made it false, then we are using the dynamic mode. Otherwise, if you want to use the static one, then simply need to use true here. And that is the only difference between both of the config files. I mean the YAML files in dynamic and static mode. You will be changing this only. Oh, I guess what I was trying to share was, were you able to see this or?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Mm, okay, now going back to, yeah. So based on whatever I showed right now, these two tutorials are made, one on the static NRDC and one on the dynamic NRDC. And also we got featured by Free5GC on their webpage, where we have these three videos by NgKore Foundation, the dynamic static, and this is the one which we created for the Free5GC
Sorry, you
MCP
are sharing
tutorial.
another screen, Shankar?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Every time I need to change it. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, visible, right. Okay.
So these three videos are basically featured over here by NgKore. The top two are on the NRDC, and the last one is on the MCP tutorial that we created 2 months back. And now, most probably, maybe in by this month end, I will be creating a video on the Kodu Free 5GC, about which they recently released the documentation. If I show you, so if you go inside blogs, you can see this integration of Free 5GC and Okudu with 0MQ. So I will be replicating this documentation and deploying it on the system and see if it will work fine or not.
By
So
the way,
this is my
Shankar,
next goal. Hmm.
this documentation, is it publicly available for edits or completely private?
This one,
This documentation, yeah.
and this is on GitHub. You can make changes and create a PR or something. For example,
Oh,
if I
okay.
will go, can you see, like, this is the markdown
Yeah,
file using.
yeah, I
Yeah.
got it.
So you can also contribute if you find something.
By the way, did they also mention our previous videos on P5GC and some integration with UPF or something else?
Which one? The older one last year?
Yeah, yeah, last year. Last or maybe the year before the last year.
Mm, that's a good question. For now, we have only 14 videos, I guess, and
No,
only the top three are by NgKore. So maybe, but maybe I've seen them somewhere. I'm not sure. Not here, maybe, but on GitHub. I'm not sure, but here only these three videos are available.
Elephant does, but not sure about like if they did or not.
Hmm. Right. Maybe we can mention that as well and add them to this list.
Or maybe you can raise another PR for this.
Okay. Let me add it to the docs.
Oh, by the way, also if there's no playlist for the free 5GC and Okudu in
Mm-hmm.
NGCore YouTube channel, I think there is one for NGCore YouTube. Sorry, for the Okudu, but I'm not sure about the free 5GC.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
you
created
can
one for
create.
the free 5GC as well.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah. But maybe I need to add the previous videos to that playlist.
Yeah, right. And this 350 playlist has only two videos. So yeah.
Hmm.
By the way,
Okay.
you created Okudu separately, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, you put this into the overend, which is good. We can also do this, repeat this same video in the playlist for the SRS slash Okudu.
Sorry, what?
Uh, so this, so in the YouTube channel, we have a playlist for Oran. So maybe we,
Mm-hmm.
and inside that we have the videos for the Okudu. So
Mm-hmm.
we can also mention this Okudu video inside the SRS slash Okudu playlist.
Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right.
Oh, oh wait, sorry, we already have, I think. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
We have
we already
separate or
had.
we have combined?
Basically, we mentioned this the same video in SRS RAN as well as in the ORAN. So it's good. Yeah,
Okay. But there are two separate playlists, right?
right, right.
Should we combine them? Or?
Let go this. No, 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 that's fine. ORAN is
Okay.
completely different and Okudu is similar. So yeah, we can leave it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this will be based on, I will add the link in this blog and maybe I will take the goal by end of July because I have few more things to do this month. Yeah. And yeah, sorry. Then after that, we have some updates on the NgKore docs page. So I basically created one open source comparison section to compare a few, to add a few documents which are on standard comparison and comparing different cores and few things. For example, if I will show you, let's go to this web page and yeah. So here I have added this standard page. I will rename it to something else, like some open source comparison, something like that. I already raised a
Mm.
PR, but that is not merged yet because I need to add few more documents under this section. And for now, in this section, I have added the Magma India blogs. For example, this is by you
Okay.
for the standards for AMF, right? And similarly for
Yeah.
SMF and for UPF. And then there will be few more on basically comparing all the releases. And I'm planning to also add this open source 5G core comparison docs inside the open source comparison subfolder.
Yeah, that will be much
Mm,
better.
yeah. And then we have some NR reference signal blog by you as well, which was a part of Magma India, right? Earlier.
Yeah, basically
So
their website is always down, so it's
yeah,
better
yeah,
to
yeah.
keep it here.
All exactly. And this one as well. And there were two more, I guess they should be a part of the security. And this one, aka procedure, and one more by Aditya, which should be
It's
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
this yeah, this one. It's quite big.
Yeah, this
It
one is
contained almost 40, yeah, 40 images. I mean, it was a pain to map all the images to, but and this one as well.
This is also a big one. Comparatively smaller than I think ECIL, but yeah.
Yeah. So for now, the Magma India blocks are also merged into the NgKore documentation, and I will be refining the standards part and adding a few more documentation. Like 3, 4 I already added in the PR. Now I'm also looking for the what else we can add. For example, we have very good topology diagrams for UPF and eBPF based UPF and few more things. And I also added
Mm.
maybe some security, some docs on security, for example, on fuzzing and maybe on, yeah, 1, 2 more docs on that. But that's a part of the pull request for now.
That's great, yeah. You have done a lot.
Mm, which is just sharing. Perfect. So after that, what else we have? Mm, this is already a part of the standards, but it can also be found under the 5G core, right?
Yeah.
A- And then we have two
This one, like,
ideas. Sorry.
I mean, like, that's a very less effort work, but still, I don't have the bandwidth to do this right now, at least.
Okay, it's
But yeah,
fine.
like, with the SRS RAN, we can, with the SRS RAN or Okudu, we can do this. So that will be a much better thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then, so these two will be on hold for now, maybe,
Yep.
right? And we
Yep.
can look on them later when we have some
Yeah.
time.
Uh,
And
for the second one, Shankar, let's keep it
mhm,
on not started.
not decided
Not started.
or started. Okay. Okay. So are you working on this one or you will be soon or what?
No, no, like for on the whole, we usually use that when we are actually
Mhm.
working on it, but for due to some reason, we are keeping it on hold.
Okay.
Not started. I'm like, yeah, so I have not
Hmm.
started that yet.
Right, right. Okay, no worries. Should I also put it not started or it's fine?
Um, let's keep it on hold so that I can at least do something on it.
Hmm. Okay. One moment.
So you have one deployment guide for the Okudu, right, Shankar?
For the Kudu, yes, I think if I'm not wrong,
Oh,
let let me quickly check. So I think there should be something. Oh no, Kudu or SRS ran. I have these for SRS ran, I guess, not
the
for
repository is
Kudu
same. The
specifically.
GitHub is same
Yeah.
or not?
It's not. Now they moved to GitLab,
Okay.
and the repository is also different with different logs, and now it's maintained separately, I guess.
Oh, okay. They
So
did
maybe
not discontinue SRS RAN or they're just running both trees separately.
mm, I am not sure.
Okay.
Mm, But for now, I have seen like the SRS RAN team is also working on Okudu, like in the Okudu TSC meetings, what I
Okay.
remember. But I'm not sure if they are still maintaining the SRS RAN or Now the SRS ran is this Okudu.
Mm.
So maybe we can create something on Okudu as well, some documentation,
I
because
thought
we
you have
don't have.
created. Or maybe you the documentation is that easy. You have just didn't thought to create one.
On
Maybe.
Okudu, maybe, yeah. Because the process is almost the same. Just like we deploy the SRS RAN, it's almost the same to do with the Okudu. So like now they are maintaining this on GitLab, if you can see the page.
Yeah.
And there is a separate docs page. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, here we have the installation document of Okudu. It's almost the same, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. But again, I
So I
will
will
give it a
just
try.
check
And
if it, yeah, yeah, yeah. If it will work fine, then we don't need any other documentation. But if there is some issue with it, most probably we'll either create a PR or we'll create a docs on that.
yes.
Mm, okay. Now, Telecom working group proposal. This we already
Uh,
shifted to once in a
no,
month, right?
right, right.
So this is done for now.
Hmm.
And then AI ran. Hmm. About AI ran, actually this next week, second week of July, I will be having the NVIDIA's which server was that? Let me check. To deploy NVIDIA accelerated CUDA RAN.
Hmm.
So I'm getting the access for that server, but I will see if like I will be able to supported system. And
Grace of friends.
yeah, I guess this one I'm getting access to with NVIDIA H100 accelerator, and it's very powerful, I guess. So from second week of July, I'm getting access to this server, and most probably I will try something around NVIDIA CUDA RAN. But I'm not sure. Like I cannot promise the guaranteed results, but I will give it a try and let's see what will be the outcome, and I will share that in the next TSC. I will add it here. July second week. Hmm. Okay.
Yes.
So then, yeah, then
Yeah,
we
sorry,
have
sorry,
this
continue.
PQ implementation on an open source 5G core. It's
For
still
that,
on hold, I guess.
yeah, not even started.
Yeah,
Aditya is also busy, and I'm also busy these days. So,
right.
yeah.
And this with this, I guess we all set. Do you have anything in mind, or from my side, I guess? Oh, there is one more. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, continue, Sumit.
Yeah, I was saying there is one more news that now we are associate member of Okudu Foundation as well. Like the NgKore Foundation is now a part or like associate member of Okudu Foundation. So which is a good achievement for us.
Great, great, man. That's
Yeah.
the great news. I think we should make a resume post for the same. Uh,
Hmm.
Not today, but maybe in a couple of days after this dynamic video from the prefab GC. Maybe we can get
Hmm.
the post for it. And are you
Okay, yeah.
also syncing this with your coder as well?
With what?
The Telegram, sorry, not Telegram, the LinkedIn post.
I didn't get it.
Sorry, are you syncing the LinkedIn post with the X post?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that post regarding the Okudu, we already added in the tag meeting, so I don't think we need to add it here.
Maybe you can add it
Uh,
because that is something
okay.
regarding related to the telecom side. But again, like at the end of the day, we will be having the same thing on the tech.
I should rather say LinkedIn. Okay. Mm, I guess that's all from my side. We covered almost everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Uh,
Okay. Mm,
yeah,
mm, let me. Yeah. Great. So the next tag will be on. Let me see. Sorry, not the tag. The working group of Telecom will be on. In August, on 6th of
six.
August. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect. So on 1st of August, we have AIML working group meeting. Then on 6th, Telecom working group. On 7th, the quantum security working group. And then again on 21st, we have quantum security working group. And in the end of the month on 25th of August, it's tech. Perfect. And this month we do have more meetings, right? On the 4th of July, we have the AML working group meeting and then
I'm
two
not.
quantum security meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah, the AML, I'm also not sure. We'll confirm it with Satyam, but the quantum security one, the one on 10th of July and the second one on 24th of July, they should be according to the according to the scheduled plan. And then at the end of the month, on 28th of July, we should have the NgKore tag for this month.
yes, guy.
Okay. And is that um, meetings web page on the NgKore Foundation, um, is that complete, Shubham, or should we take more time? Because as soon as it will complete, we should share it what in one of the in maybe in one or in every meeting that if anybody want to join, if someone is watching the recording or something, then you can join it from download by downloading the calendar link from the web page.
I have added the link and also uploaded it on the website, and it is live right
Mm-hmm.
now. I think
Okay.
let's just take some time to update the whole website. before sending it, because that way we will give a way
Okay.
to explore other pages as well to the users, because well we will have more pages to look around, explore, and see if we
Mm,
can do something around it.
right,
So yeah,
right. You're right. That's good. So yeah, I guess we are already on time. 4 minutes are left. So maybe we can end the meeting for now. If
yeah.
nobody has, yeah.
Okay, let me just stop this.